What is good, Knicks fans? Coming at you with another video, talking Knicks. So let's talk Knicks. Um, I want to talk about this a little bit more about this RJ Barrett extension and potentially the, the Jazz reportedly rejected a Knicks offer of RJ Barrett and 2 firsts for Donovan. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the Jazz don't want only 2 first round picks. Yeah, they're gonna want 4, 5, 6 in a deal like that. Let me. Oh, I could throw that up like that. Alright, let's listen to wait, what is it? No. Sham Sharani, yeah.
This does not prohibit a trade, Brooke. I think when people saw that RJ Barrett is going to sign this lucrative 4-year extension, the thought is, does this mean he's out of a potential package? I'm told that the Knicks will continue to pursue Donovan Mitchell via this trade. And RJ Barrett, it's not expected that he's going to be ruled out of any potential trade. And I'm told through various sources that RJ Barrett could very well end up being in a potential deal and being in offers depending on the framework of a deal. The Knicks have pursued Donovan Mitchell over the last month and a half, and their most recent offer, I'm told, included RJ Barrett as well as 2 unprotected first-round picks. That was not deemed as being close to enough by the Utah Jazz in a trade, and that's why we saw the Knicks move forward with their own business and getting done this RJ Barrett extension, 4-year, 107 with incentives that could take the deal up to $120 million. And so we'll see what takes place between now and the start of training camp later this month in terms of what else the Knicks can put in. They still have a couple more assets that they can use, whether it's unprotected first-round picks.
Alright, yeah. So the Knicks threw out an offer like that. Let me see right here. 2 first round picks and RJ Barrett. And obviously the Jazz are gonna say no, but the Knicks are only betting against themselves, so lowballing them with a bunch of different offers is not a bad idea. They have to pick out of one of these. So, but the whole thing with the RJ Barrett supposedly still technically can still be traded to the Jazz even after this extension. It's a whole big thing. It's called a poison pill, right? And it's like I don't know why they call it that, but yeah, it's a whole big thing, and it's a lot of maneuvering, money wise and stuff like that, and it's a whole headache for GMs and people just want to get the deals done. So I don't think they, as much as yes he can still technically be in a trade, I don't think he's going to be in a trade. Even so, I think Danny Ainge don't want RJ Barrett. The only reason why he wanted RJ Barrett is to trade him, to flip him for more picks. So I think the one player he actually wants is Quentin Grimes, because he's still on a rookie deal for another 2 years, right? And then he's supposed to get paid 2 years, and then he's supposed to get paid or whatever. Well, whatever. I just think that whole thing, putting him in a trade, is really annoying to me. You just extended him. They're not going to put him in a trade. Although they did give Jazz a deadline, which was Monday, saying, "Yo, if you want this trade, you better accept this trade, or we're gonna extend RJ Barrett." And they went through with the extension. So Jazz was calling the bluff, and they called it, and they did it. Although I don't think it's a bad thing, bro. It's like, I didn't want RJ to be traded anyway. You want to pair Donovan and RJ. You don't want to give up RJ for Donovan. If you want Quentin Grimes so much, do you value Obi and Quickly more than Quentin Grimes, or Quentin Grimes more than those two put together? So maybe you put a deal together. I know people won't like it. I don't like it, but what I'm saying is Obi, Quentin Grimes, Fournier, and 5 picks, 2 unprotected picks, and I think they go for that. But I don't want. But look at that, like, do you want to do that trade? Quickly and Obi, they're your depth. They're part of your depth, and that's what you need more than anything. Well, not more than anything. You need a star on this team. That's why you want Donovan Mitchell. But you need depth on this team. Oh, I don't think that's a good idea. But who do you value more? RJ Barrett finalizing. I see New York's Larry Rose set a Monday night deadline with the Utah Jazz to reach an agreement on a trade for Donovan Mitchell. They didn't go for the trade, so they sent to him. And I'm pretty sure the Jazz don't want that contract. Although it's not a bad contract, he could have got paid to 180 something over 5 years. Instead, they want 120 over 4 years. It's not bad. It's not a bad contract. I think this whole thing is whatever. After you gave this dude the extension, you're telling him you believe in what he can do. Although you put him in a deal, but you still believe that he's a vital piece. People don't think he's gonna be a cornerstone for years to come. You bugging. He's gave at everybody on his team. He's given the most hope to Knicks fans everywhere. Like, how long have we had this type of hope in a player? Like Melo, we had hope, yeah, but it was more of a he's great. He's awesome. He should bring us somewhere. But no, we're talking about like where this dude is building his own career and showing us, yo, he's our hope, bro. Like he can be the future for us. He may not be the face of the franchise in a few years, whatever, but he can be that cornerstone, that 1B or at 2A, right? Like he could be that guy for us, that important piece that help us win a championship. I believe wholeheartedly RJ Barrett can do that. I believe wholeheartedly that he's gonna be an all-star within the 4 years of his contract. So I just think this contract is really good. Let's listen.
I, like you, love R.J. Barrett as a player. He definitely deserves whatever extension and whatever money that he got. He's been a terrific performer for his age in New York.
Mm-hmm.
He's an ascending player that both you and I feel like has all-star potential. Donovan Mitchell is an all-NBA caliber player. He's going to be a multi-time all-star, and he's on what I consider a Hall of Fame track. But he and Jalen Brunson, that will present some challenges defensively and height-wise.
Absolutely.
And so this is why they're on the other line, possibly trying to, what's going on?
Porzingis, he said Porzingis there. I saw that
Porzingis,
video.
what's going on with, because they probably want to get taller. But the other thing I want to say about this is the haul that they're going to have to give up to get
Donovan Mitchell trade talks with Utah.
Well, Utah had coveted R.J. Barrett in trade talks with the Knicks recently. He had been a big part of what they were seeking. And a couple of people that had kind of been around these negotiations felt that it might be tough for the Knicks and the Jazz to make a deal without R.J. Barrett. Now you take Barrett out of the equation.
Still could do a deal. Fuck out of here. I'm pretty sure Danny Ainge won't picks more than anything.
It includes a poison pill provision, and every rookie scale extension does. Makes it very difficult to trade R.J. Barrett right now and before this extension takes effect next year. So you can essentially take him off the table. Deal could still happen without R.J. Barrett. It just means the Knicks, I think, would have to be willing to go to a place they hadn't been willing to go.
Can't trade Barrett until next year when the
first-round picks
contract.
Unprotected first-rounders. The Knicks hadn't been willing to go to where the Jazz had been asking them to. Now that you take Barrett off the table, the Jazz, I think, are going to be pushing for more there, and it's going to be interesting to see where this thing goes.
Ian, obviously, you're well aware that the speculation and the rumors about a trade for Donovan Mitchell have been going on all summer. When
bidding against yourself, bro. You don't have to put anything else. Just say, yo, you want this, you want this, you don't. We good.
Obviously, this is a commitment, but how did this extension for the Knicks and R.J. Barrett come together here on Monday?
Well, when you talk about Barrett and his name being involved this summer, I mean, at the beginning of things, early July, before talks started to heat up, people in touch with the Knicks said that they really had no appetite to move Barrett. But as this thing moved along, late July, early August, earlier this month, I was told that there were some decision makers that were in favor of including Barrett in the deal because they really wanted to get something done, bring Donovan Mitchell here. That was not a uniform opinion. Obviously, that wasn't Leon Rose's ultimate opinion here because he decided to get the extension done, keep R.J. Barrett in New York.
But wasn't he the one basically giving the deadline? If you want this R.J. Barrett package, then you have to trade. It might have been that R.J. Barrett 2 picks thing. That's why. So, I'm pretty sure Fournier would have to been in the shit to make the money work. But yeah, it would have been R.J. Fournier and 2 picks. If that's the package that Leon Rose put out there saying to the Jazz saying, yo, if you want this package, you can get this package by Monday night. If you don't accept this package by Monday night, we're gonna extend R.J. Barrett. So Leon Rose was willing to trade him.
Were people who wanted to just get this thing done, get Mitchell here. But where that leaves the Knicks now is obviously Barrett's not going to be in the deal. So is it going to be, Quentin Grimes, Obi Toppin,
I don't think
and you have to throw a couple
of
of young players in there and several first-round picks to get this thing done? It just increases the price that the Knicks would have to pay from a draft pick perspective. But I don't think in any way does it make this deal take this deal off the table. I think it's still very much on the table. It's just a matter of where the Knicks are willing to go, what Utah is willing to come down to. And
it's talks of Jazz and Knicks like breaking away from any trade talks right now just to reset a little bit because there was a lot of packages that RJ was involved with, but one of the only packages that he wasn't involved with was that Obi, Fournier, and 5 picks, whatever. But RJ was involved with a lot of packages. And I guess they wanted RJ to flip him. They didn't want him. They could have wanted him just to want him and give him an extension. Maybe. I don't think so though, but maybe. But I think they just wanted RJ just to flip him mostly. I'll say that. And RJ and his agent pretty sure they don't want to be in Utah. They're so popular, and he's a top 15 jersey selling. Like, he's selling jerseys, bro. R.J. Barrett is selling jerseys, and that's because he's in New York. If he wasn't in New York, he won't be selling no type of jerseys. So I think that's why he wanted to stay in New York, and they came to an agreement with a good deal. But now that R.J. Barrett's off the table, I think Obi is most likely the one gonna be, because I think Quentin Grimes, they want Quentin Grimes too much. The Knicks, they really want Quentin Grimes. It's like the Jazz. The Knicks see what the Jazz see in Quentin Grimes, and vice versa. The Jazz see what the Knicks see in Quentin Grimes. That's why they want him. His potential is up there, bro. His floor is high, and his potential can be up there. Obi is the only one left. Him and Quickly, but I don't think. Do they want to trade Quickly? I have heard nothing about Quickly in any type of talks. Quickly has not been in any type of talks, and it's weird because anybody, I think you might want to trade Quickly than anybody. Because you need the power forward, especially if you want to bring Donovan Mitchell over here. You're gonna need Obi. If you want to trade Randall, because you're gonna have too much too much people on the ball, like ball handlers, like too much people that need the ball in their hand to be good. And yes, there's a few of them that can play off the ball, but mostly you want to see most of them, like Brunson, Donovan, RJ. You want to see them on the ball. Randall, you don't want to see off the ball anymore, and I don't think he can play off the ball anymore. I think Obi is the only. Well, I mean, he can, but only in a secondary role. Like, I think he can. You have a main ball handler, and then it's Randall. But on this team with Donovan Mitchell, you're gonna want Brunson with the ball, and then you want Donovan with the ball, you want RJ with the ball, and then Randall's the one that's left out. Um, but Obi fits into that starting lineup way better. But off the bench, you're gonna have Rose and Quickly. Same thing. You're gonna have same. Even though Quickly you got better defense, Rose got better defense than these two guys. I think that if you trade Quickly, and he's younger than Obi, so and he got a lot of potential to be in this league, a lot of potential, especially with his jump shot. That if you trade Quickly, I don't want Quickly or Obi to go, but if you trade Quickly with a Fournier and a couple picks, a few picks, 4 picks, 5 picks, whatever, maybe that's enticing a little bit more. But I don't think they want to trade Quickly either, because I've not heard anything Quickly in any deal. And if you want Donovan on the team, you're gonna have to trade Randall. I don't think they could coexist on the same floor, any of them, with Randall at this point. Randall, I feel like, because Randall and RJ's been on this team as long as RJ's been in the league. And that's 3 years, and RJ's been in the league, and Randall's been on his team. And I think he's been preventing him from being better, way better. And I don't want to see another year with Randall and RJ anymore. I do not want to see it anymore. I think Randall's the one that has to go, and like what Jalen Rose said, let me go to him. Jalen Rose said, if you Washington. I'm not trying to blank. Where the fuck is Washington? Wizards. Oh my god. Oh wow. It went straight in my face. I'm a dickhead. For Porzingis. Oh, he got paid 33. Damn. Can the trade go through? Gotta get rid of $4 million. See, nah, yeah. Who you giving up? Fournier is supposed to be in a different deal, right? Let's just say, I'm just gonna do this real quick. Sorry. Fournier, Utah. What's it called to Utah? And 5 picks. Yeah, they gotta get rid of. Oh yeah, forgot. Donovan because of the Knicks. And we have to give her $8 million. $8 million. Alright, let's get these dudes out of here real quick. If we gotta get rid of $4 million. See, I don't think that Washington pick could help us. I mean, the Washington trade could help us. 'Cause I think getting Porzingis, having him play power forward on his team, even off the bench, but I think he's gonna start. But even off the bench, I don't know. It's a whole thing. They have to get rid of. Hey, we have to get rid of $4 million. I don't know. I think the Lakers the only thing that can help us out. They go Lakers, Utah, Lakers, 11 million, I think. Donovan, Lakers. I'll get rid of 2 million. Oh yeah, Kendrick Nunn to Utah. Let me just do that. That helps everybody out, but I don't want to give up quickly, and I don't think Lakers want Randall or Fournier. They're clearing up their books for next year, and they're gonna get a 4-year, $23 million every year, and an $18 million for the next 2 years. Utah will probably be fine with this, especially if they lose in 12 games, 12 more games than they would have won. It only puts us 2+ games. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard with all this shit. I think we should get Kendrick Nunn, Knicks. Replacing Quickly production, right? Quickly's a better defender, but Kendrick Nunn is a great scorer off the bench. But Quickly has been showing a lot of playmaking recently. Still need to get that power forward in there. It's a whole thing. I just think the Knicks should, say fuck Donovan Mitchell at this point. If you want to do a trade, just do this trade with Washington, because it gives us 5 less wins. Wait, how much before? How much? 4 million. Do they got anybody at 4 million? Nah, they don't got nobody. What's a team that got a power forward that we could trade with? No team out there. No team out there. You see the Spurs. See, they got Zach Collins. Nobody knows who Zach Collins gonna be like. See? He had 3+ wins. I don't know. I'm done. I want to know what y'all thoughts, because I love this RJ extension, but I don't want us to overpay for Donovan if we're gonna try to still get Donovan.